kick it away. This fielded a few yards into the end zone. And all that work, but he stopped where he ultimately would have been, and he's simply taken a knee, and that's the 25-yard line.
Lady! 59. Watch the run. Check. Check hot route.
They'll run for the first time with Johnson. And this one goes nowhere. Losing yardage back at the 22. That'll wind up going for a loss of 4. And that's going to make it 2nd and 14. Back to throw. Stafford. And this is going to wind up incomplete. The coverage there too strong on the deep ball, and now they face a 3rd down.
On any passes in the middle of the field, anyone who's going after the football is going to be conscious that it's probably going to be contested, and often physically. Sometimes that leads to drops.
Though certainly not the start they were looking for here as they come up on a 3rd and 14. Stafford. Oh, a hit. He lost the football. Stafford puts it on the ground.
On plays like this where the ball comes free, it's often unusual for the team that lost it to get it back. Because this is the quarterback. The ball gets away from him. Everyone else is trying to execute what they're supposed to do on offense. They're usually looking in the other direction, downfield, or have moved away from him. In this case, though, a teammate is able to come up with the ball.
We'll call that a punt of 54 yards. Well struck. And the Niners will go on offense. 1st and 10.
Here we go.
Garoppolo going to bring the Niners up here 1st and 10 at the 41-yard line. They begin the drive with Coleman. 2 yards on the pickup there. It'll be 2nd and 8.
I know the scouting report on him is that he doesn't possess the eye discipline to be an elite linebacker. And what that means is his ability to read, react, and make a play. But on that one, he looked like one of those guys.
On play action. Now Garoppolo. He's going to fire one deep, middle of the field. It's caught at the 10. Touchdown, 49ers. Marquise Goodwin, 57 yards. And the Niners have taken the early lead. Gold able to tack on the extra point, and it's now a 7-0 game. After the touchdown, it's Robbie Gould now to kick it away. That's fielded in the end zone. And he'll take it up past the 25 to the 26-yard line.
At their own 26-yard line.
Here's the Detroit offense now as they head back out onto the field. And a 3 and out on that first drive. We'll see if they can do better here.
They should have a better opportunity because the nerves should be settled now. That first series, everybody goes out with a little extra emotion. So now they get a chance to go back out and say, okay, now we're into the game. Let's go play and play as best we can.
You almost get a mulligan then on that first drive?
Sometimes it absolutely serves that way. You get a second opportunity. Nothing big happened. But then again, you didn't commit any mistakes either. Off you go.
The attempt on the dive, and he has it. What a catch. Call that a very strong gain of 24.
I'd have to say that whenever you see a good post route run, they do not like to let it end without the catch. Hence, that great diving play.
Yeah, lay it up there, let him go get it, and he got it. Now a dump off here complete. It's a gain of 5, and it'll make it 2nd down.
And we see another pitch and catch there to the running back. This position just continues to evolve. They become just as critical to the passing attack as a lot of receivers, tight ends, because their ability to make people miss in the open field can really generate big plays for an offense.
7 yards there and a first down.
I think they like this drive a little bit better there, partner. Running game helping out, picking up some of the slack. Because remember the last drive, they went 3 and out.
The 26-yard line.
Break the set. Blue 60. 54 Mike. Come on, baby. Come on, let's go.
Now a first down throw. Stafford. He's going to take a shot for the end zone. And that will be incomplete. Would have been a big hitter if they had connected. Instead, it's second down.
And that's one he's got to be happy to have back. There wasn't a hole open in the zone.
You'd have to think on early downs like that first down there, need to be a little bit more careful.
Yeah, fortunately for him, got a couple more downs to play with.
Once again, they'll come up on the 26-yard line, 2nd and 10. Running from the gun, Johnson. And he'll be tackled at the 23 after a gain of 3. Pretty good little two-play sequence there. You force the incompletion, then a very short pickup.
Yeah, now maybe you bring in an extra defensive back or two because you want to try and defend on 3rd down. They like to play those nickel or sub packages, don't they?
Set. 280. 59. Alert. I got you.
And now the 49ers signal for a timeout defensively. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this first quarter. Throwing on 3rd down, Stafford. And that will be incomplete. Well, they weren't scared to let it fly, but it falls to the ground and brings up 4th down.
That's a good job there creating the contact to force the incompletion. And now since it's 4th down, that should set up a field goal situation.
And a nice sigh of relief defensively to be able to hold them to 3. And the 12-year veteran knocks it right through. And they are on the board, but still trailing. It's 7-3. So chalk that down as an 8-play drive capped with a field goal.
Yeah, as a friend of mine used to say, they were moving and grooving for a while, but they couldn't keep the momentum going enough to get a touchdown out of it.
This fielded a few yards into the end zone. And nothing but daylight ahead. 20, 10, touchdown, 49ers. Dante Pettis with officially a 103-yard return. And the 49ers add 6 to their lead. Gold with the extra point, and the decision to just kick the extra point winds up successful. So let's try this again. After the kick return, TD, here's yet another kickoff. That'll be taken in the end zone. Now a hit and a loose football. And now this is scooped up by the 49ers. And they're going to be set up in the red zone right around the 17-yard line. And careless with a football there on the kick return.
And one thing I love about going to practices is trying to get around coaches and hear their catchphrases and what they really emphasize. We haven't been to a single one yet this year where a guy fielding a kick, you don't hear, tuck it away, tuck it away, tuck it away. And this time, they turned it over.
Ball security eluded him. After one, a 14-3 ball game.
Here we go. 180! Heavy on the edges. Hey, gun.
It's Coleman here. And he's going to get this back to the 3-yard line and no further. They'll say no gain on the play, and it'll be 2nd and goal.
As usual, the hallmark of a good run defense, linebackers making plays near the line of scrimmage. Absolutely nowhere to run there.
They'll go again from the 3 here on 2nd and goal. They'll try to run with Breida. Able to get a couple here, but won't get across the plane as they stop him right around the 1. 2 straight shots on the ground. Now on 3rd, do you go to the air?
I think the possibility exists, and if you're doing it, you're probably going play action since you ran it twice.
Here we go.
But I often think that 2nd down is the time you go play action and throw the ball. I say commit to the run and think about it.
And he'll take this into the end zone for a San Francisco touchdown. Punching it in from a yard away. And the 49ers add on to their lead. Gold able to tack on the extra point, and the decision to just kick the extra point winds up successful. After the touchdown, it's Robbie Gould now to kick it away. That's fielded in the end zone. And he'll be brought down at the 23, make it the 24-yard line. And Detroit getting set to go now. And this, let's face it, an important drive if they're going to get back into this ballgame.
Think about going into the locker room down 21-10 as opposed to 21-3. 21-10, a little more optimism, a little more bounce around the locker room, a little more discussion about how they're going to finish this thing off. 21-3, I think discouragement clouds that locker room.
Yeah, and I think a touchdown much bigger than a field goal on this drive just to get into the end zone and get that momentum. First play of the drive goes the wrong way. Here's 2nd and 12 on the ground. This is Johnson. And they do finally get him, but he takes it to the 25. A big run there by Johnson, 53 yards. So that changes things in a big way. Now from all the way down inside the 30, here's 1st and 10. Throwing is Stafford. Completing it to the right side, Johnson. And I think the ball's out. And now this is scooped up by the 49ers.
The psychology of the game never ceases to amaze me because you would think there would never be a fumble from what we hear from coaches all the time, right?
And how much they practice not fumbling.
Practice it, preach it, talk about it all the time. You would think no one would ever turn it over. Yet they are humans out there running around, and we just saw another one.
Opportunistic by the defense.
Watch the edge.
They'll start out on the ground with Coleman. And this one goes nowhere. Losing yardage on the play back at the 46. A loss of 2 there. 2nd down.
I know when I was a kid, I always got real excited when I saw those lateral-type runs. But the best backs that made it happen, they put a foot in the ground and just go. That didn't happen there. That play got swallowed up.
11.
On 2nd and 12, Garoppolo. The tight end Kittle has it on the left side. And across the chalk into the end zone. It's a 49er touchdown. Jimmy Garoppolo with his 2nd touchdown pass of this first half. And the 49ers add 6 to their lead. Gold with the extra point, and a rout is on here in this first half. After the touchdown, it's Robbie Gould now to kick it away. That'll be taken in the end zone. And this return net's positive as he gets past the 25 and up to the 27-yard line. Here's the Detroit offense now as they head back out onto the field. And it's been very much a slow start for them. 3 drives and just the 3 points, CD.
Yeah, if you're into the points per drive ratio, that answer is 1. And that's not going to get it done in a ball game. They've got to find a way to finish these drives in end zones, not having balls go through goalposts. You know what the key to a good screen pass is, don't you?
But you're going to tell me, good blocking?
Well, good blocking eventually. But first is good acting. You want to let the defenders go past you, leak out to whichever side or even in the middle where you want to set up the screen, and then you do your blocking. How about the read, though, by the defensive guys? They weren't fooled at all and actually ran with the lineman to where the play was and smothered it for a loss of yardage.
I got you, pop. Spot. Hey, 22. No. Kill. Greystone, travel.
Stafford on first down. And that's complete to Jesse James. And able to rip off a big chunk of yardage before being dropped inside the 40. The Lions now going to use the 2nd of their timeouts as they'll get a chance to talk it over after picking up the first down. This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10. Again, it's Stafford. And that is incomplete. He couldn't hold on through the contact. Brings up 2nd down.
Well, the incompletion, yes, but maybe here not the worst thing in the world?
No, not on 1st and 10. Actually gives them a chance to regroup, relax just a little bit. They huddle up, talk it over. Then they get a chance to continue their drive.
That catch good for 5. It's 3rd down.
Brandon, perfect defense in this situation would have meant that there was an incompletion. They would have picked it off. Okay, so they gave up the completion. But I really enjoyed watching how the defense stayed in sync, stayed in great communication. And as he dragged across each zone, you see him pointing, communicating. There he is, and they passed him off to each defender. Ended up making a nice play, even though it was complete.
That good for 6 as they keep this drive right on rolling.
Big 20.
On 1st down, it's Stafford. Dancing to his left. Going to throw deep for the end zone. And that'll be incomplete with just 6 seconds left on the clock. Kenny Galladay is intended receiver, but it'll be 2nd down. And this will split the uprights. It's right down the middle. So a big play before the end of the half to get him into this spot, and they cash in with 3.
How about the 1-2 to the solar plexus on that one? The big play, the field goal, not much time left on the clock. That's the way to go into the half.
And solid field position here to start as they get it out to the 40-yard line. All right, hang on. We'll jump over halftime. It's the 49ers out in front, and they will get the football first as well as we are back and started in the 2nd half. Fielded about a yard deep. And not a bad return here. He gets it out to the 25-yard line.
Let's go.
Garoppolo going to bring the Niners up here 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
12. I got you.
A shotgun snap for Garoppolo. And seeing no options, he just tosses this one away incomplete. Now that'll bring up 2nd down.
Yeah, that one sailed on him. You've got to make sure you give your receiver a chance to come down inbounds because they are very gifted. They'll make the circus catches, but they make them out of bounds. That does you no good.
An incomplete pass leads to 2nd and 10 from the 25. Now Garoppolo. Out right to Bourne. And from the 25, they work this to the 29, a gain of 4.
When you see zone defense and you know you've got a drag route on as your primary call, you've got to be really careful as a passer about how far you let your guy go because he might wander into some tough coverage.
From the gun on 3rd, Garoppolo. Goodwin able to haul it in. A pickup of 24 on the 3rd down conversion.
One of the selling points of the corner route is usually the receiver is able to move away from the defender. But in this case, he didn't get that far away.
So the ball moves into Lion territory now. Here's 1st and 10 at the 48-yard line. And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. It'll be a loss of a yard, and it'll be 2nd and 11.
11. 35.
Working from the gun, Garoppolo. And the Lions pressure too strong. Down he goes. Trey Flowers, the former Arkansas Razorback, in there to get him.
They need to stop to get back into this game, and here's one right to start the 3rd quarter.
Yeah, anytime you go into the lockers with that 2-3 score deficit, you're right. You need that stop, get the football back, and they've done just that.
Series to series, play to play.
Well, that last sack, it puts Garoppolo and the 49ers in a tough spot. They face a 3rd and long. They fake the give. Now Garoppolo looks to throw. And the pressure gets to him again. The ex-Iowa Hawkeye Mike Daniels in for the sack.
To me, the defense was looking a little gassed near the end of the first half, but they come out of the locker room with a little extra spring in their step. Wonder what they did at halftime to get them so motivated.
I don't know, but that sack looked good. Now let's see if they can build on the momentum of that play. Nice job bringing that one back. 14 on the return. And the Lions will take over.
First and 10 at their own 27-yard line.
Stafford and the Lions now have it first and 10 at their own 27. Amendola catching it left side.
Stafford's pass complete to Danny Amendola.
180.
At the 34-yard line. It's a pickup of 6. Brings up second and 4.
Faking the give to Johnson. Now it's Stafford. And it's caught here. Amendola. And he'll get it out near the 40 to the 39. A gain of 5, good enough for the first down.
I know many people like to throw to the tight end, maybe in a little flexed out position because he creates mismatches with his size. The slot receivers do the same thing with their quickness, their speed, and their route running savvy.
First down for the Lions on a nice pickup of 18 yards. Under a minute to go in this third quarter as they come up first and 10. Play action. Stafford under a heavy rush, and down he goes. Getting the sack, the 227-pound linebacker, Quan Alexander.
And plays like that really hurt play calling. They had a really nice gain on the previous play, but gave about half the yardage back on the sack. Excellent pressure up front. Nowhere to go with the football. Down he goes.
So that complicates things a bit here. 18 yards to go now on second down. They'll wind up getting 10 back as that sets them up for third down. This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on third down. Now the defense going to use the first of their timeouts. And as the two teams talk it over on their respective sidelines, we take a break. And it should be the final play before the quarter ends.
Watch the screen, watch the screen. Watch the screen, watch the screen. Hey. 32. 56 to Mike, boys, 56.
To throw on third down, Stafford. He wants it all for the end zone. And this is going to be intercepted. Picked off by the former first-rounder Jimmy Ward. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back.
Here we go.
Garoppolo going to bring the Niners up here first and 10 at the 20. And the drive starts with a handoff to Coleman. And he is met at the line of scrimmage, and he goes down right there. Tackle made by the third-round pick out of Louisiana, Tracy Walker. The stop for no gain brings up second and 10 from the 20. Escaping the pressure right. And he hits his running back, Tevin Coleman. And they work this well upfield across the 45. The extra effort after the catch makes it good for a gain of 26 and also a first down.
Here we go. Black 80! Hey, let's go. White. Shrink that ball. Right here, guys. Fight 51. Mike 51.
Here's Garoppolo on first and 10. Into a double team, and it's intercepted. Picked by Tracy Walker. And he'll get this one out to the 50 to the midfield stripe. So they get the takeaway, but that's just step one. They still have a lot of work to do.
But they don't want to focus on that now. Now it's about getting the ball in the end zone and hoping they can take it away again.
Yeah, still three-score game, though, fourth quarter. A throw left side to start out. That's complete. The 20. And he takes this one in for a Lions touchdown. Kenny Galladay, 50 yards. And thanks to the interception, the Lions offense cashes in with 6.
Slam. Real right, 22.
They'll try and run for it with Johnson. And he gets halfway there, down to the 1-yard line. Defensively, certainly not fooled there. Play started at the 2, and he was tackled at the 2.
That has to feel good for them. Not happy about having given up the touchdown, but stopping the 2-point conversion gives them a little bit of a lift as they head to the bench.
That'll be taken in the end zone. And he'll take this up past the 20 and down at the 22-yard line.
Take over first and 10 at their own 22-yard line.
Garoppolo going to bring the Niners up here first and 10 at their own 22. Trying to shake off the interception from the last drive. He'll look to throw. And that's going to be incomplete. Too tough to hold on to that one. It's second down.
You get a tight end like this, and you know he's used to dishing out punishment, but here, he's one that has to absorb the contact, and as a result, unable to hold on to the football.
Back to the air on second. It's Garoppolo. Complete to the tight end, Kittle, over the middle of the field. Taking it right down Broadway. Touchdown, 49ers. 3 touchdown passes now for Jimmy Garoppolo. And the 49ers add on to their lead. Gold to add the extra point. And he's been a busy man, 5 for 5 now as he knocks another one through to extend the lead. After the touchdown, it's Robbie Gould now to kick it away. This is fielded a couple yards deep. And he'll wind up getting an extra couple yards here for his trouble as he'll bring this one out to the 27. On first down, Stafford here. Completing it here to Marvin Jones. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield. That'll be marked as a 27-yard pickup. Back to throw, Stafford. And they're going to get him. He's taken down for a sack. Back at the 47-yard line. D. Ford just would not be denied. That's a loss of 7. Now following the sack, they'll look to make amends on a second down and 17. Now it's Stafford. And he's got Amendola on the connection. That one covers 24 yards. It's a first down. Stafford now perfect since the second half started. 7 of 7. It's first and 10. From the gun, here's Stafford. That's going to be caught. And he'll get into the end zone. Touchdown, Detroit. Marvin Jones, 29 yards. And the Lions are able to cut into this lead.
Check 3. Recon, 132 fighter.
Out of the gun, Stafford. And it's caught. And he's going to get into the end zone for 2. And they're back within 2 scores. Down 15 now. Here's Martin now following the score as he'll send this one away. Very short kick. This will be taken by one of the up men.
Any return that gets you to midfield is down, and you're almost in field goal position.
Garoppolo going to bring the Niners up here first and 10 at their own 44. From the gun, it's Garoppolo. He's going to loft one deep left side here. Down under 2 minutes to go in this football game. And the tip there altered the ball flight, and it falls incomplete. It'll be second down. So it's 49er football here as we get you reset. And no doubt what they're looking to do is just salt away the final couple of minutes and escape with a win. Here's a throw out wide complete to his running back right side. Give him 5 on the screenplay, and that'll set up a third down. The Niners on third down. They've been okay, 2 for 3 thus far. This will be 3rd and 5. Play fake there to Coleman. Now Garoppolo. And intercepted. Maybe the turning point they need. Picked by Tracy Walker. And his guys are going to get the football at their own 47-yard line. Two-score game here in the fourth, and that pick, it kind of keeps the door ajar, doesn't it?
It does, and you wonder about their strategy because with a two-score lead, you would think maybe you're just sitting on it and trying to drain some clock. It's almost like they felt like, hey, we've got a good cushion. We can keep pressing it. It ended up costing them.
Well, the pass complete. This one to Danny Amendola.
One thing I can say pretty safely, that route is not called if you don't have a guy who can throw the ball and put some mustard on it. Because if you're going to lollipop it in the middle of the field, bad things usually happen. It takes a strong-armed guy who can rifle it in there, and they were able to successfully complete that one.
Throwing again on second down. Stafford, he's going to let it fly. And this is intercepted, and that should do it. Picked off by Jason Verrett. Both defenses have had their struggles, but they've been good enough to get them this lead, and another nice play there to help preserve the lead.
It's been a game of punch-counter-punch, hasn't it? All throughout. But this time, the big swing was taken, and it didn't land. Nice play by them on defense.
So after the INT, it's Garoppolo. And under the Lions' pressure, he's brought down. The Lions will use the first of their timeouts as they get the stoppage with just over a minute to go in the game. Work to be done here on 2nd and 16 after the sack.
Hey, 21. Hey, gun. Watch it. Mike 35. Hey,
Well, Garoppolo's going to throw it. And that'll be incomplete. Good protection that time, and they couldn't hook up on the long one. Now it's third down.
Okay, I'm not quite sure how to judge that one. Maybe didn't have enough legs underneath him. Mechanics might have been off. Maybe some fatigue. That one came up short.
Yeah, fourth quarter. Maybe you do start to watch as the arm there, the leg's still there. This has been a tough game. And now the third down throw incomplete as well.
The beauty of being able to play a zone defense when you can sit back and see the ball coming out of the quarterback's hands, guess what? Creates a lot of confusion, kind of a muddle in the middle of the field where you go make a play on the football.
And with things looking pretty good on the scoreboard, they're going to keep the offense out there and go for it here on fourth.
Mike 35.
Garoppolo to throw for it on fourth. Throw left side, caught by Goodwin. 30, past the 20, and he's going to take it in. Touchdown, San Francisco. Marquise Goodwin, his second touchdown of the afternoon. And the 49ers add 6 to their lead. Gold able to tack on the extra point, and the decision to just kick the extra point winds up successful. After the touchdown, it's Robbie Gould now to kick it away. This fielded a few yards into the end zone. And a pretty good return here. He'll be stopped just shy of the 25 at the 24-yard line. They begin the drive with Johnson. And he will lose yardage here back at the 23-yard line. That's going to go as a loss of 1 on first down.
An interesting and intriguing decision there defensively because they kept extra DBs on the field despite seeing the multiple tight end look that came out for the offense.
I thought they were going to switch out of it. I didn't know if they felt they didn't have time or what the case was.
Well, in any event, the extra speed allowed for great penetration as they stuffed that one behind the line of scrimmage.
A big offensive explosion helped leading them to victory, and the defensive guys, they're just saying, hey, put those points up every week, we'll just keep winning.
They will gratefully accept them, won't they? It makes their job that much easier when they're scoring that many points, allows them to play with a totally different style and a different flow.